Since the early 1960s, peat has been widely used in horticulture. Peat is formed from decomposed plants, predominantly mosses or sedges, that have grown in wetland areas. When they die, they break down, leaving a layer of organic material that is low in nutrients, acidic, and free from pathogens. This process takes thousands of years, which is why peat isn't classed as a renewable ingredient. Peat has a great structure to carry both air and water for plants. It's possible to add lime to give a range of pH suitable for all types of plants. Peat is like a blank canvas for any level of fertiliser to be applied and is physically and biologically stable so that large-scale manufacturing is achievable. Above all, peat is very consistent, which allows professional growers and gardeners in particular to be sure of the results they will achieve. Green compost is made from recycled materials, mainly from people's gardens, such as prunings, hedge trimmings and grass cuttings. Green compost is a renewable material, rich in valuable nutrients. It's a great source of fertiliser, especially potassium, which delivers bountiful flowers and fruits, as well as trace elements for overall plant health. It has a high mineral content, which helps to hold plant foods and keeps it available for when the plant needs it. It's rich in humic acids that support the availability of nutrients for plants. It contains a community of good bacteria and fungi that assist in nutrient availability. As a result, the higher levels of nutrients can produce increased yields and healthier plants. And finally, it provides a great structure. It's a fine, dense and dark material which is ideal for mixing with wood fibres. The combination provides a good mix of different pore sizes, small to hold water and larger to hold air. As a result, it produces healthy root growth. Composted bark is a byproduct of the timber industry, where bark is removed from logs before timbers are cut. The bark is graded, with larger pieces used for mulching, and the smaller pieces are aged to make them suitable for use in compost. In some cases, like our composted bark, nitrogen is added during this process to stabilise the bark. Composted bark helps with drainage in a compost mix, as the individual pieces don't absorb water. It creates air spaces within compost for roots to explore and breathe. Coir, sometimes called cocoa peat, is a byproduct of coconut processing. The coconut, when it's growing, is surrounded by an outer husk. This is made up of fibres and pith. The husks are soaked to soften them and the long fibres removed, as they're valuable for making ropes and matting. The pith is naturally dried in the sun, compressed and exported. The dry compressed blocks are expanded using water to make a spongy material that's very good for holding water in a compost mix. As with all of these materials, there are different qualities of coir available. We make sure that our coir has been washed so that it's not contaminated with salt from the coastal areas where it is grown. Wood fibre is made from wood chips, which are a byproduct of the timber industry. After the bark has been removed and the planks have been cut from a tree trunk, the rounded edges remain, and these are cut into chips, which are expanded to make a hollow fibre that holds both air and water. Not all fibre-making processes are the same. Some fibres can limit the nitrogen available to plants as they break down in the soil. Evergreen's wood fibre, FibreSmart, is made using a unique method. The specialised production process creates hollow fibres that have been infused with organic nitrogen. To hold more water around the plant roots, here at Evergreen Garden Care we offer two grades of wood fibre. Our existing grade, FibreSmart, and our new, special finer grade, FibreSmart Aqua. This has a bigger capacity to hold water than air, but it's infused with organic nitrogen in just the same way as the original grade. This means we have a consistent, stable material free from contaminants that's able to hold more water and is much better for sowing seeds and other uses where fine-grade peat or coir would otherwise be used. One of the benefits of fine-grade wood fibre is that we're able to produce this at our own factory. However, it's a very light material that cannot be stored outside for risk of being lost to wind and rain. For this reason, it's combined with equal parts coir for ease of handling and effective use in our mixes, where it brings similar water-holding benefits to coir. As we're all becoming more aware of climate change and the need to reduce our carbon emissions, green or renewable electricity is rapidly replacing electricity generated from fossil fuels. One source of renewable energy is biogas, produced by anaerobic digestion plants. Garden composting requires air, making it an aerobic process. By contrast, anaerobic systems operate in the absence of air. This encourages a totally different group of microbes to break down the organic matter, with one of the products of this process being the biogas, methane, which is used as fuel. As well as fuel, these plants produce nutrient-rich liquid and solid outputs that can be used as fertilisers and growing media, a great example of a circular system. By selecting digestion plants that only use energy crop inputs, we can be sure of a consistent output, not contaminated with pesticides, plastics, or any other unwanted factors that can be found in compost from other waste streams. Because digestate fibre is so rich in nutrients, it's used in limited quantities in growing media. Miscanthus is a perennial grass which has been developed as a source of biomass for energy. It develops a strong network of roots that help to stabilise light soils while locking away carbon. It's been bred to grow on a wide range of soil types where it improves soil health and water quality. It can be harvested each year, providing an economic alternative to intensive arable farming. And it thrives without the addition of irrigation, fertiliser or pesticide. Throughout its life, Miscanthus is a carbon-negative material, locking away nearly 2.5 tonnes of carbon dioxide per hectare each year. As well as its use in energy production, it can be chopped and graded to make a useful growing media ingredient too. It helps to maintain drainage in mixes so that plant roots can grow strong. The stems of Miscanthus are golden like straw, so they're visible in the compost mix. But remember, those little flecks of gold are doing great things for the environment. In France, Miscanthus is already available and has been used as a part substitute for composted bark, although its visibility within the mix may be a problem. With some simple explanation of the benefits of each ingredient in the mix, they can learn more about the products they're buying. And this gives Evergreen more opportunity to highlight the technical benefits of the mixes and make a clear distinction between just soil in a bag and blended, specifically designed products that perform.